Hey gang, it's JC, and this is your Daily Dose for Friday, October 15th, 2010. A cooperative venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. Archives top of the page, Eye Candy Archives. Along the bottom of the page, we'll have Dave Murray's weather back up sometime next week. They were fooling around with their computers at Fox 2. iTunes down in the corner, and we return to the airwaves in a little less than 10 days right now, Monday, October 25th on the Big 550 KTRS from 10 in the morning until 1. 18 days until Election Day. As we roll on here, yesterday, I told you it was the 7th anniversary of the Bartman game in Chicago at Wrigley Field. 7 years ago, Steve Bartman reached out. Moises Alou was trying to catch the ball. Next thing you know, Cubs collapse, and yet another disappointing year. I didn't realize until I finished the Daily Dose and sent it in that yesterday was the 25th anniversary of the famous Ozzie Smith home run. Go crazy, folks. Go crazy at the old Busch Stadium. I was at that game. I was actually in a luxury box, courtesy of Channel 5, where I was working at the time. And I walked outside at the beginning of the inning to go to the bathroom or go do something. I don't know, I was doing something in the hallway. And some guy stopped me and starts talking my ear off. And now I hear the big cheering and celebration. I go running out there and I see Ozzie Smith crossing home plate. I learned my lesson the hard way. I move quickly now. Sorry, gotta go. That sort of stuff. And people think I'm rude. But when you are at the ball game where Ozzie Smith hits arguably the most famous home run in Cardinal baseball history and you miss it because some guy is talking your ear off, guess what? If you want to call me rude, I'm rude, but I ain't going to miss that shit anymore. All right, a 3-year-old in China who weighs 100... What? A 3-year-old in China who weighs 140 pounds has been banned from daycare because of his size. The child's family says they're moving to Sedalia, Missouri, where the kid will fit right in. They're making a movie about Captain Sully Sullenberger, who put that plane down in the Hudson River there a couple of years ago. It's in the works. Expect a protest from Canadian geese. Courtney Cox has been offered $1 million to help promote a website that tries to find men for lonely, older women. That website better known as JenniferAniston.com. You know, I like a lot of music that kids listen to today. I don't think you should make fun of your kids' music. You know, because otherwise, then you're not any better than your parents were when you were a kid, and we know how much resentment we had for our parents when they made fun of us listening to the Beatles or Pink Floyd or whatever the case may be. That having been said, I don't get the Taylor Swift thing. I just don't get it. I don't get any part of it. October 25th, Taylor Swift's new album is coming out, and there's this movement now in high schools and junior high schools and grade schools all over the country, spreading all over the internet, for girls to stay home from school that day so they can listen to the album. Now, if you want to start a thing where everybody takes the day off on the 25th and stays home and listens to my first radio show on 550 KTRS, go ahead. I have no problem with that. Police in Seattle arrested a man high on PCP who was trying to have sex with his station wagon. That tailpipe looking pretty good today. Not tonight, I have a head gasket ache. A candidate for governor in Illinois, Rich Whitney, has fallen victim to the Illinois Board of Elections Commission, who listed his name on the ballot accidentally as Rich Whitey. Did I mention that that was in predominantly black districts? Good luck, Rich. Barbara Walters will interview Oprah when she wraps up her 25 years in syndicated television. You'll see that on ABC in primetime on December 9th. Snooki, we are hearing, might be getting her own spin-off from the Jersey Shore. And the Octomom gets to stay in her house another month or two. Some lawyer showed up with some money and gets her out of her $450,000 balloon payment that is due. I wish I had a sugar daddy. Post-Dispatch. Man. I like the sports. I like Bill McClellan. I like Joe Bonwich, the restaurant writer and food critic. And beyond that, I'm sorry, I just don't find anything else in the Post-Dispatch that's any good. And a lot of it is, it's not that it's just not any good. It's that it's really annoying or offensive or stupid. Case in point, Gail Pennington is the TV critic for the Post-Dispatch. She took over after Eric Mink left that post and went to New York for the Daily News for 10 years. Gail Pennington, she must have stayed up late last night, got up early this morning, and wrote a column about the live version of 30 Rock that aired last night on NBC. And she basically trashed the show. Now, let me just tell you, that show was exciting. It was very, very cool. You had all these cameos. Even just seeing like Rachel Dratch from Saturday Night Live's old days was so much fun. You know, the show was funny. It was exciting. It was live. It was innovative. It was well executed. And you have everything that you would hope to see in sort of a special edition of a primetime television show, and Gail Pennington trashes it. I am mystified as to what those stuffy, stodgy old people at the Post-Dispatch are into. This weekend, Paris Hilton will celebrate the rescue of those Chilean miners. She's going to try and break the record for most men in a hole. Hey, but I'm dead. Hey. All right. Speaking of those miners, Oakley, the sunglasses people, they come along and they go, oh, yeah, these guys they haven't seen the light of day for a couple of months. They can't just go out there and look at the sunshine now, so they have to wear sunglasses. So some enterprising young executive at Oakley says, well, let's donate 33 pairs of sunglasses at $180 each. And, that's about $6,000 worth of sunglasses. Well, the rescue obviously was broadcast worldwide, and according to CNBC, about $6,000 worth of sunglasses got them the equivalent of $41 million in free advertising. Somebody gets a promotion. And by the way, there's already a Chilean miner rescue video game online. Remember that flight attendant from JetBlue who jumps ship and just down the slide says, I've had it? Turns out that is one of the new hottest Halloween costumes this year. Steven Slater is the guy. The costume includes a flight attendant shirt with a blue tie and rainbow patch and a bandage to put on his forehead. Remember, he got clunked in the head arguing with somebody who was trying to jam something in the overhead bin. What else we got here? The costume doesn't come with any pants. Those are my favorite kind of costumes. It doesn't come with the 2 beers either. You have to supply those yourself. I was shocked to see this. I was assuming it was a rumor. I checked that out. It's not. Top Gun 2 is happening. They're making a Top Gun 2 24 years later. Tom Cruise is going to be in it. He's not going to play the lead or anything. The word is, I love this, he agreed to make an appearance as long as it didn't feel gratuitous or corny. Because, of course, there wasn't anything corny or gratuitous in the original Top Gun. The Hangover 2 underway in Los Angeles as we speak. All of the usuals there, Bradley Cooper, Zach Galifianakis, all those people. Heather Graham, though, will not be in it. No word as to Mike Tyson and his face tattoo are going to be in that one, too. Betty White is in everything else, so why not Men in Black 3? Will Smith, Tommy Lee Jones will be in it. It'll take place in both present day and in 1969. I sort of like that idea, because then they can do costumes and hair and, old cars and old references from the 60s. That's actually a pretty bright idea. Alec Baldwin's going to be in it. Josh Brolin, Emma Thompson, too. Bill O'Reilly was a guest on The View yesterday and got into this whole Muslims killed us on 9/11. Muslims killed us on 9/11. And Whoopi Goldberg and Joy Behar got so pissed off, they walked off the set of their own show. I'm sorry, they just heard an ice cream truck going by. No, they walked off their own show. And then it got even worse than that. They came back. All right, Frommers.com, the travel people, have put together this list of the 10 signs that you are an annoying airline passenger. Number 1, you set off the metal detector. You didn't take off your belt or something like that. It's just a rookie mistake. You're embarrassing yourself. Number 2, you stand instead of walk on the moving walkway. You know what? They got the sign up there. You stand to one side, you walk to the other. But I don't know, I always it's sort of fun, because when you're walking on it, it makes you feel like you're walking about 20 miles an hour. I sort of get off on that. Number 3, you freak out if there's no space in the overhead bin above your seats. They're checking most everything now anyhow. Number 4, you're too talkative. Oh, the stories I could tell. It's like Jay Leno says, he always seems to be in the middle seat, and on one side he's got the screaming baby, and on the other side he's got the octogenarian with halitosis. Number 5, you bring fast food on the plane. This one I completely and totally disagree with. Why? Because I see the Pizza Hut there, and I go, oh, I'll get myself one of those little personal pan pizzas, and then take it on the plane, and then get dirty looks from everybody else on the plane. Why? Just because I was smart enough to have the idea to realize why I should eat this crummy airline food, but I can have something, at least have a pizza? I totally disagree with that. Number 6, you use portable electronics during takeoff and landing. Well, you know, that's that thing they got going. They try to convince you that the plane's going to fall out of the sky if you're listening to an iPod, and that's a load of crap, and we know it. They just want you to pay attention to the flight attendants. Number 7, you have noisy kids. Hey, you know, sometimes you can control it, sometimes you can't. Sort of like that noisy dog back there. Some things you can't necessarily control. Number 8, you clap when the plane lands. Rookies. Number 9, you don't stay seated until the aircraft has reached the gate. Yeah, again, you know, those flight attendants, they'll come marching down the hall and they'll slap you silly. And number 10, when you get to the baggage claim, you jockey for position. Like you're going to get out faster and get your luggage faster. It just doesn't make any sense. So don't do that stuff. And scientists have apparently figured out why airplane food tastes so bad, and it has to do with background noise, of all things. I just finished a study. The scientists found that the amount of background noise has a huge impact on how your food tastes. So if you eat your food in a silent room, it's supposed to taste better. If it's a noisy room, it doesn't. And I don't get it, because a hot dog at a ball game tastes pretty damn good. And nothing is louder than a hockey game, you know. And players will tell you, despite the crowd noise, all that human flesh just tastes terrific. All right, Saturday Night Live in a rerun from the season premiere, Amy Poehler, Katy Perry, Real Time with Bill Maher. Tonight, Friday night, St. Louis's Tea Party Princess will be on that show. We'll just see how she does. Sunday Night Football, Washington hosting Indianapolis. I like the games from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, because it seems like the Steelers are always playing catch-up football. Rams, San Diego, that'll be televised, but that's on Channel 4 this week, and that's not going to be pretty. This game could be over by halftime. All right, birthdays today. Tito Jackson is 57. He's going to celebrate with one of those big ice cream cakes from Baskin-Robbins. You know, he gets that 15% employee discount. Video Village, baseball playoffs are underway. Darrell Hammond of Saturday Night Live doing home run calls as famous celebrities in our studios a couple of years ago. And the Wayback Machine, Charles Jaco in the Persian Gulf for CNN. And we'll update our old school photo also. JC's Eye Candy, what does it look like to skydive into a football stadium with 110,000 people? The University of Michigan had a guy go in, he had a helmet cam. This is really cool. You got to look at it at JC's Eye Candy. It's right below what you're looking at right now. All right, on Monday, 5 things men don't want women to do in bed. That'll be on Monday. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you tell me now? It's the weekend coming up. This could help. I'd rather embarrass you on Monday. All right, don't forget now, we go on the air 1 week from this Monday at 10 o'clock in the morning, 10 to 1, Monday, October 25th on the Big 550 KTRS. If you get on Facebook and just, you know, make me one of your friends, your little friends, I'll give you regular updates. And on Monday, we are going to tell you who our co-host lineup is on the new show on the Big 550 KTRS. That is on Monday. In the meantime, that's it. The Daily Dose for Friday, October 15th, 2010, a cooperative venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. And in the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.